Welcome to Faces Wax tutorial with Maxwell Dependable Rates. Today we'll be looking at one of the past questions that appeared in Wax June 2018 questions number 9. A jar of heat capacity. So the heat capacity of a jar given to oil here is 250 joules times Kelvin inverse. The heat capacity of a body refers to the quantity of heat required or needed to raise the temperature of the body by 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius. So the heat capacity of the body is denoted by capital C. Capital C is equal to 250 joules per Kelvin, or we say Kelvin inverse. Contains water at 28 degrees Celsius. So this is the initial temperature. The initial temperature is represented or denoted by theta. So since this is the first temperature, we say theta 1 is equal to 28 degrees Celsius. And electric heater. Because electric heater have been introduced in this problem, so we have to look at Joule's law. So Joule's law tells us about the heat developed in a conductor or a wire. So Joule's law states that the heat developed in a conductor is directly proportional to the square of the current, the resistance, times the time the current is maintained. So we'll be looking at the heat developed in a conductor, which is represented by E is equal to the square of the current, R squared, the resistance R, and the time the current is maintained T. So this is the mathematical form of Joule's law. In another form, it can be written as the heat developed in a conductor is equal to the current, the voltage multiplied by the time. This also implies Joule's law. So because of the electric heater that have been introduced in this problem here, we need to bring Joule's law into it. So here, we can see that this is the resistance. So the resistance of the electric heater is represented by R is equal to 35 ohms. Connected to a 240 volt source. So here's the voltage. So the voltage here is given to us as V is equal to 220 volts. It's used to raise the temperature of water until it boils. So the boiling point of water here, which indicates our final temperature, so we can say theta 2 is equal to 100 degrees Celsius in 4 minutes. So the time elapsed or the time that passed for water to boil. So the time to boil here, T equal to 4 minutes. We have to convert from minute to second. So we change this. We know that for every 60 seconds we are 1 minute. So we can see that minute will cancel minute. So we have T is equal to 4 times 60 give 240 seconds. So this is our time we will use. So now we can now solve our part of the problem put on the 2R. Because 2R tells us about the specific latent heat of vaporizations. And this heat is the quantity of heat required or needed to change the temperature of 1 kilogram of a liquid at its boiling point to steam. So this is what refers to as the specific latent heat of vaporizations. So let us solve 1R part of the problem before coming to 2R. So 1R tells us that we should find the mass of water in the jar before heating. So we want to know the initial mass of the water in the jar at the time evaporation did not take place or did not occur. So we want to know. The problem only tells us that 300 grams of water were what? Evaporated after 5 minutes. But we don't know the initial mass of water that was in the jar before heating. So here you can ask to find the initial bar. So M now is equal to the mass of the question mark. So solution 1R. So from the law of heat exchange, we can know that heat usually flows from a warmer body to a colder body. So we can clearly see that the electric heater will be supplying heat to the jar and that of water. So now, because the electric heater is supplying heat, the electric heater will experience heat losses. And because the jar and water will receive heat, the jar and the water will experience heat gain. So we can see that the quantity of heat that have been lost is because the quantity of heat that have been gained. So here to read this, we can say the heat lost by the electric heater equal to the heat gain by water plus the heat gain the jar. So now we clearly see that this has been written in an expression. So Q here represents the quantity of heat lost by the electric heater should be equal to the quantity of heat gained by water plus the quantity of heat gained by the jar. So let's look here. So to put this, now we can see that the quantity of heat lost by the heater is electrical heat. So we use Joule's law. Joule's law tells us that the heat developing a conductor E is equal to R times V times T from Joule's law. Joule's law. So here we have RVT, which will be equal to the heat gained by water is equal to the mass of water times the specific capacity of water times change in temperature. Plus the heat gained by the jar is just equal to the specific capacity of the jar times change in temperature. So here now, in our problem, we are not given R. So know that, but R is equal to V over R. So we place R here. By V over R we have V squared over R and T, which will be equal to the mass of water times specific capacity of water times theta means theta 2 minus theta 1 plus we have the heat capacity of the jar times change in theta means theta 2 minus theta 1. So here we can see that the voltage given to here is 220 volts. So we have 220 all square times TNI is 240 seconds. So we have 240 all divided by the resistance given to here is 35 ohms. So we have 35 to be equal to the mass of water is unknown. We don't know the initial mass of water, and now what we are asked to calculate. So the mass of water remain here. The specific capacity of water was given to us in the problem as 4,000 joules, kilogram inverse, and Kelvin inverse. This means that 4,200 joules of heat energy is needed or required to raise the mass of 1 kilogram of water by 1 Kelvin. So this is what the specific capacity of water means. So we will be writing or substituting the value for CW 4,200 times theta 2 given to all 100. So theta 2 is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. This is depending on which water boils. So we have 100 minus 28 plus we have C. C in the problem given to us was 250 joules times Kelvin inverse or per Kelvin. So we have 250 theta 2 we have 100 minus theta 1 we have 28. So we'll do our calculation. Here we have parallel solving. We have 220. We close say all square, so you square it times. We have 240 equal to. So multiply with our first value. This is what we'll get. So now, taking this value now, divide it by 35. Divide by 35 equal to. This is what we'll get. So this is our result. So we can clearly see that we have our final result will be 331,885.7 equal to now 100 minus 28 we have 72. 72 times 4,200. So we can see that 4,200 times 72 equal to, this is what we obtain. So here we have 302,400. So we get 302,400. 302,400 plus, we move to the next one. Now 100 minus 28, we have 72. 72 times 250. So we have 72 times 250 equal to, this again. We have 18,000. Because here now we have 18,000. So we add 18,000 plus 302,400 plus 302,400 equal to, this is what we obtain when we do our addition. So we can see that here we have 331,885.7 equal to, now this value now 302,400 here will be multiplied by the mass of water, which is MW. So here we have 302,400 MW plus 18,000. Now we will send 18,000 across the equal sign. Now it will change to negative. The sign will change when it comes across the equal sign. So that's what we have. So here we have 302,400 MW equal to, now we have 331,885.7 minus 18,000. So come here. So now we have 331,885.7 minus 18,000 equal to, this is what we'll get when we do our subtraction. So here we can clearly see that we have 302,400, a mass of water, equal to 313,885.7. So this is all good. So now we want to find the mass of water. So divide both sides by 302,000. We divide both sides by 302,000. So this and this cancel. We get the mass of water now equal to, so divided by 302,400 equal to, so this is what we obtain for the mass of water. So you can see that the mass of water now will be equal to 1.037, or rounding up, we get 0.4 kilograms. So this is the answer for 1I part of a problem. So let's move to 2I. So let's see 2I part of the problem. So for 2I part of our problem, solution 2I, we are asked to calculate, or we are asked to determine the specific latent heat of vaporizations. So we know that the specific latent of vaporization LV equal to question mark, and we were given the mass of water evaporated was 300 grams. So we have to convert this to kilogram. So we know that for every 1,000 grams equal 1 kilogram. So gram cancel gram, 2 0 cancel 2 0. We'll do this. We have MV equal to 0.3 kilogram. So we have converted our value to kilogram, and we're also given the terms to be 5 minutes. So we need to convert from minutes to seconds. So here we know that for every 60 seconds, equal 1 minute. We can see that minute and minute will cancel. So we get 5 times 60, we get T to be equal to 300 seconds. So this is our term. So to calculate the specific latent heat of vaporizations of water, we use our formula. The heat of evaporated is equal to the electrical heat. So QV equal to, let's say, QE, electrical heat. Or the heat that evaporated is equal to the mass of vaporization times the specific latent heat of vaporization, which is LV, to be equal to, from Joule's law, we know that we will have V squared times T or R. So here we want to find the specific latent heat of vaporization. So divide both sides by MV. Divide both sides by MV. Divide both sides by MV. We'll do this. We'll have LV equal to V V squared times T all over MV times R. So this is what we have. So we use this now to find the specific latent heat of vaporizations. So here we have LV now is equal to V squared now. V given to all was 220 volts. So 220 all square times the time given to all here now is 300 seconds. So we have 300 all divided by the mass of water that evaporated was 300 grams. We converted it and we have 0.3 kg. So we get 0.3 times the resistance given to all the problem was 35 ohms. So we have 35. When we do this, our final answer will yield to 1.38 times 10 to the 6th power joules times kilogram inverse. So this is our specific latent heat of vaporizations. Thank you for the time. I'll see you in my next video. If you like the video, please give it thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you for your time.